Welcome to Fast Cars, Fast Girls with Abby and Molly.
Guess we get this shit show on the road.
Let's do it.
All right, it's the race report, Indianapolis 500, hotel room edition.
Hotel room edition. Pre-victory banquet edition.
So we are pre-gaming.
Well, per usual.
Okay, I'm drinking caffeine right now.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Baja Blast. Does that count?
I mean, I just cracked a limerita, but
I've had wine, but
yeah.
it's a long night.
Cheers.
Counts
anyway.
for now. Yep. All right, so the 130 Indianapolis 500.
Well, should we back up a minute and talk about our favorite answer we got on media day, since we were all there?
Yes.
We'll kind of hit that real quick, hit carb day, and then just go straight in. All right. Favorite answer we got on media day. So the two questions we asked were, what was your first memory of the 500, any sort of memory, and then what is your favorite children's movie? Because
Yes.
I want to know. I think those were good questions.
They were good questions.
So, all right. My favorite children's movie answer was Oriel Servia's A Minute and a Half about how his new daughter loves Moana and he knows the whole movie.
Yes, and how that is the movie that, like,
Just calms her.
calms her down, like, puts her to sleep, like, whatever, like, everything can be solved for her with the movie Moana.
I kind of wanted him to start singing You're Welcome over the team radio. He did not.
I wanted that. I almost actually at media day.
Asked him.
No, I wanted to sing like the main song from Moana. The
Yes.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
How far
I'll go. Or, yeah,
Some,
but yeah.
I should know it. My niece watches it all the
That's
time.
it.
I mean, I've got the soundtrack on my phone.
Yeah.
I rock out to it.
It's a good song.
It's-
It's a good movie.
It's a quality movie. But
Any other?
We love Lin-Manuel Miranda in this house. At least I do.
oh, yeah.
Lin-Manuel
too.
Miranda wrote the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do musical theater.
No. Go ahead.
Favorite children's movie
I was
answer?
like, was that English?
Yes.
No.
What?
Well, I was waiting for somebody to say Turbo.
Didn't somebody say?
Somebody
no,
finally did. Sage
Sage
did.
said, yeah.
And I think it was an age thing.
Yes.
Because I brought it up to the other drivers, and they're like, well, I didn't grow up with Turbo. Like, Turbo came
Yeah.
out when I was, like, an adult racing at the Indy 500. But Sage was like, no, I remember Turbo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked that Sage finally said Turbo, but, like, 10 other people said Cars.
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 And then, was it Spencer Piggott who said The Sandlot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, that one was my favorite. I
Yeah.
was like, Moana was winning until he said The Sandlot. And I was like, yes! Also, like, the only non-animated kids movie that was
Right.
listed,
True.
which I enjoyed, and, like, The Sandlot is our childhood.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I want to be like, you're a little too old, young.
I know, I was like, how do you know this?
Me
I'm
and
like,
Spencer are around the same age, and I know Sandlot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
So,
me feel a
fair
bit
enough.
better.
yeah.
I think it got to be cool, though.
You young whippersnappers and
Right.
your hippity hop music.
I mean, it's like a cult classic. So.
yeah.
And I was like, you're killing it, Smalls.
God.
Which he didn't chuckle at. And I was like, I guess you haven't seen it recently, then have you?
Right?
All right, second question. What was your favorite answer for favorite Indy 500 memory that we got? Or first, or, just Indy 500?
I'm trying to think.
I think Sage was my favorite again. I think Sage gave good answers to both of them.
Oh.
Sage's memory was being passed by Elio
Oh, yeah.
on the front
Oh,
stretch
yeah.
and finally having that moment of
Yes.
like, oh, I'm like racing the Indy 500. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because he
when
said that was a driver
and he
he'd
said
always
he
looked
like
up
straight
to.
up like watched
Yeah.
him in his mirrors and watched him pass, and he was like, oh, I'm still driving, but like really just watched Elio pass
Yeah.
him, and that
Well-
is like an iconic moment, right? Like that would be
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like sometimes we ask the drivers, like, at what was the moment in your career where you were like, holy crap, I've made it. And he said that Elio was faster and like he was moving over to let him pass, and he said I literally didn't even look at the road. I just watched him pass me to be like, oh my god, I'm driving in this. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that answer as well. I'm trying to think. There was somebody else. I can't remember who it was that like had come as like a little kid. Was it?
Zach Beach.
No, well, so Zach Veach's story, which is my favorite one, was that he always thought like the tickets to the 500, like
Oh,
Oh
nobody.
yeah,
got,
that it
and
was
his
like
dad
totally
bought
like
it.
VIP,
Yeah.
like you had like thousands of dollars per ticket.
That one was just endearing.
That's very
to me,
sweet, yeah.
because he was like, and it was so expensive, but then I got to go, and I was crying, and I was like, damn it, Zach Veach, why do you tug at my
You sweet boy.
heartstrings?
Yes, yeah, that was that. He goes, I thought like you couldn't even get tickets. You had to like be somebody or like be famous, or
Yeah.
that they were like thousands of dollars, and like he still thought that his dad spent that for the tickets,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
Meanwhile, the reality are like drunk people with turkey legs hanging out of their mouths, falling
man.
over. It's like $20 ticket.
Don't disrespect the
It's
turkey
like
leg.
the motorsports equivalent of a Pinterest fail.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Expectation, reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that. And then there was somebody else, and I can't remember. But yeah, that was a fun question.
That's a fun question.
Because there were a bunch of people that, their first experience was, being here, or maybe, they had watched it on TV, or there weren't a lot of people that their first memory was coming to the 500.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Which is, and quite a few people, I guess they took it as, like, their favorite memory.
Yeah.
So they talked about racing there, and I'm like, there's no way, unless you're like Alexander Rossi, your first memory of the Indy 500 wasn't racing it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I truly think Alexander Rossi's first memory is, like, winning the Indy 500. Like, he didn't know.
Showing
but,
up.
like, that's
like,
not
what?
most, drivers. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
What was, Simon's? I can't remember what his
So
answer
he
was.
talked about watching it on the TV with his father while everybody else was, like, swimming and playing around because it was,
Oh, yeah.
summer.
That's right.
Or I guess
That's
it's Memorial
right.
Day in France.
Oh, we asked him his favorite
Right.
kids movie, and he said, well, it's not really a movie.
Family
It's not really
Guy?
for kids, but Family Guy? And I was like, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts, but
Thanks,
good
Simon.
answer.
I'm like, I'll take it.
It's animated.
That actually might have been that might be my favorite, other than The Sandlot was Family Guy. It was like,
Family Guy.
it's like, it's not really a movie, but Family Guy. It's also not for kids. But
Also, no, yeah, we all went, okay.
Yeah, sure.
oh, that made me laugh. I said, is that why you talk in English how I do? And he just kind of chuckled at me. He was like, maybe.
Maybe. And then a week.
Because you are French.
And then we had Carb Day, which was awesome, and the Dragon Speed interview, which I'll actually put out later.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was very fun with Ben Hanley and with Philippa.
Philippa had a lot of fun with the two
A
of them.
lot of fun. Oh, and at Media, I don't want to forget to mention the Retro Rebel, the young lady who has been doing interviews with drivers and wants to be a reporter for IndyCar and all this business, and so she actually got to do some things for
She was
NBC
holding
Sports.
she was holding the NBC Sports microphone. It was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It was super
She's
cool.
adorable, yeah.
She put out a little clip earlier today and said that she's going to release all of her interviews later. But one of the super fun things was that we're standing there, and her dad walks over and says, "Are you guys fast girls?" Which every man tells us that they're scared to ask that, because if we're not, that's kind of a loaded question. Are you the fast girls? And so we're like,
Maybe.
yeah. And he goes, okay, so Alex and Jackson. We said, yes. How do you pronounce their last name? So we tell him, and he said, okay, because she's getting ready to interview Kimball, and we want to talk about Jackson. We want to make sure they say his name correctly.
Aww.
And we were like, aww. So, but yeah, that was cool. And I love that all the drivers were just super awesome with her, and then NBC Sports, jumped on her like, yes, let's be a part of this. Like, yeah, she's
going places.
Yeah, she is. I mean, she's mature beyond her age, and she was just a very cool kid.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
that was fun.
If I could go back and do my childhood,
That's how you
I'd do
it.
that.
Yeah, I want to be her.
Yeah.
I want to be her when I'm a
Well,
child.
damn,
It's
dude,
fine.
I'm 25. I haven't done shit.
That's all right. A 35-year-old won the Indianapolis 500. and
Hey,
I'm
that's true.
Oh, no.
Damn
it. So, yeah. So that happened Media Day. Car Day was great. We'll put that out later. Maybe this week.
Maybe.
Should be this week, because I'll have time.
But yeah, Carb Day was good. The concerts were good. Cool in the Gang, man. They brought it
Cool
hard.
in the Gang. Hell.
They killed it. I was excited about both, but I thought that Foreigner would be, like,
I felt like Cool in the Gang would have been just too old to, like, really rock.
a little bit, yeah. But oh my gosh, they came out the gate swinging like that. They killed that opening act, and we were jamming. And they even had some new stuff that was fire. Plus, the old school stuff that we all played in pep band.
Yep.
Right, all of us had marching band memories.
Oh yeah, like
flashbacks
Jungle
happening.
Boogie. I was like, I feel like I need a mellophone in my hands right now.
Mm-hmm.
I say, or to direct it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a great job.
They did.
Foreigner was good.
It was a good time. It was freaking hot, but it was a good time.
It's always
Oh,
hot.
it was so hot that day.
It's always hot on Carb Day.
Oh my goodness.
The clouds
yeah.
were like purposely going around
They-
the sun. They
yeah.
were like, no,
Just
no.
kidding.
They were avoiding it like we avoid potholes in the wintertime. It was
No.
yeah.
Even better
Little-
than we avoid potholes.
Well, much better actually. Yeah. You podiumed in the karaoke contest.
Hey,
That's true.
P2 2 years in a row.
Nice.
I
I'm
just-
not exactly happy about it, but I was named the reigning queen of Pain Tour Karaoke, which I think counts forever. I think that
Yeah.
counts as a win.
I mean, you've been given a title, and that's a pretty
That's a good
pretty
title.
big deal for the Pain Tour. So
Yeah, you have a title now.
so thank you to my duet partner, Bob. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, and Little Shop of Horrors. That's a
And well,
It's
yeah.
a clutch.
I think Bob told me that was the first show tune at Paint Tour Karaoke.
Wow, a lot of firsts for us at Paint Tour this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. It sounded ominous.
Yeah, that sounded weird.
Nothing bad happened. There are no bodies buried yet.
I also won Flip Cup.
If we find whichever one of you assholes stole Molly's crutch, though, you know what? I either leave the country or you will be disappeared.
Yeah, I will take in you via Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I will find you,
hunt you down,
and I will kill you. JK, that's all hyperbole.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not literal.
Hypothetically.
Right.
It may be.
But yes, that was a good day. Saturday was a fun day.
Saturday was a low-key day, but that's fine.
It was. We did a little bit of campsite hopping around.
We did a
less than we intended. You know, things happen when you start a party with passing around a half-gallon of 101 proof wild turkey.
A lot of things happen.
There were a few people that got a text that just said, I know I said I'd make it by, but it got a little drunk out, so I'm just going to have to see you tomorrow.
A little drunk early out.
Early.
Yeah.
The wild turkey was out at like 3:55 p.m.
Whew.
And by that time, I had already gotten a good, Mexican food / Mexican drink buzz on.
Yeah.
So I was ready when you're like, no, probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it started at, fucking dark 30 on Sunday for us.
It sure did.
Lord.
It sure did, yeah. But yeah, we had a good time with that. But yeah, saw a few people. So sorry to everybody that we said we were going to see. It happens. It's a busy weekend, and
you should know that about us.
Got a little drunk out.
Yep.
It was 85 degrees, 90% chance of shit show.
It's 100% by the end of the day.
Yeah,
yes,
100%.
it was.
It was 100%.
Hell, it was like 100% by 7.
It was really 100% by about 5.
4:15.
Right.
Yeah, 4:15.
Yeah. Earlier than that.
Oh,
for sure.
but yeah, that was good stuff. I did a little walk on Georgetown this year.
That's
so
true.
You've gone the last couple of years with some newbies. I hadn't gone the last couple of years.
Yeah, I went last year, but I called it an early one this
You
year.
did. You did
I was
call it
hungover
early.
on Saturday. It was rough.
You were a little rough on Saturday.
That's all right.
Well, I was given a title at the karaoke contest, so then I had to kick everybody's ass at Flip Cup
I mean,
too, and then we had to play it like 10 times, and then
because the other team was convinced that they weren't as bad as they thought they were, but
I kept
getting
wondering
worse.
what happened.
Kept getting
yeah, they were
worse.
like, no, let's go again. And we're like,
why are they replaying?
No, you
why
lost.
because they wouldn't accept defeat. So we were like, all right, we'll just keep beating you because
After
we're
it's
better.
9-1, it's like, okay, we won.
Yeah.
There's no 2 out of 3 anymore.
No, we're done. We're done. But
yeah, you walked
so I walked down Georgetown, which, it's not as much. I mean, they really police it a lot more now than they used to.
It
So
has gotten a lot more quiet.
yeah, it doesn't really get as wild as it used to. This will be funny. I don't remember if I told you this. Not Molly, I think I did. But pretty much now, if there's like more than 15 people, like the state troopers are not having it. Like they'll break it up. Like you really can't hang out and do anything. And so we stopped by, this random area where somebody's got music and there's like a circle of people and like a dance thing going on. I mean, it's like a dance off.
Of white people.
Of white people. I mean, it's white people with no rhythm. I'm loving their lives. And
So can you call it a dance off?
I mean, like I feel like they should have been voting for who was worse because nobody should have gotten best dancer. I'll say
Worst
that.
dance off.
I mean, it was one of those where somebody was like, Abby, you should dance. And I looked and I was like, I might be the best dancer here and I'm horrible. So I was like, no, I don't dance in front of like strangers unless it's a wedding or something like that. And I was like, but I might be the best dancer here. So we're standing there and there were like 6 of us and all of a sudden, an ATV with the troopers comes down. And if you don't know this, well, now you do. Learn from what I have witnessed. If you see the state trooper ATV, stop, vacate the area.
Yeah.
Do not run because they will chase you and tackle you and put you in cuffs and then figure out why you were running. So it makes you look guilty. Do not run. But if you see it stop, that means wherever you are at is about to get asked nicely to break it up, which will not happen on the first try because some other drunk asshole will be like, no, and get lippy, and then it'll be a whole thing. And believe that by the time they've stopped, they've already called for backup. Okay, so when you think it's just 4 of them, there's 20 of us, false. So I see this happen. Everybody's hanging out. People are taking videos. People are dancing, whatever. And I was like, see it? I was like, I touched every single one. I was like, hey, they stopped. We got to roll. Let's go. We're leaving. Now, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We don't get 10 feet away from that thing, and I see 40 state troopers straight marching down Georgetown to come back to the area. One of my friends turns and goes, God damn, Abby was right. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I don't know a lot, but I know. I'm like, I know what police officers look like when they're about to bust something up. Like, that's was a special skill I have. So.
Oh no, and they do not mess around on Georgetown. 'Cause there's been multiple times where we have left, and all of a sudden you just see the army of state troopers. And you're like, it's time to go.
I mean, like, yeah, it was
A C.
I mean, 40 of them, which I was like, that's a little over. They were like,
It's a little.
overkill.
It's a white people dance off. Calm down.
Yeah, it's a white people dance. Like they're. Yeah. Like it's. I mean, is it offensive to the eyes?
Sure.
Yes. Like, should anybody have to watch it? No, but nobody was making you stay and watch.
No.
They were fine though.
You could have kept going.
Oh, but yeah, that was funny. They broke up like a kickball game too.
What?
Yeah, like Amanda
seems
goes.
unnecessary.
Amanda said they're not gonna break it up. They're just having fun. I said there's more than 15 people. They're
Yeah,
gonna break it
they
up.
don't like-
And next thing you know, like cop came up and like grabbed the ball, and I was like, God,
That's
what,
just
what are you
mean.
like, Dennis the Miller's neighbor? Like
That's
Dennis the Menace's neighbor? Yeah, like just cranky pants. I'm like, if he burst that ball, I'm gonna video it.
I'm gonna just yell boo.
Although we did have a tail for a little bit because the police did not appreciate the fact that I got my crew out before they came back.
That you're like, we gotta go.
Yeah, I was like, let's dip. And literally, 4 of them followed us for half of the walk.
Oh.
And so, yeah, Emery and Pat came up, and Emery goes, are you aware you have a tail? And I was like, yeah, I am. They're pretty pissed that I got out before. I was like, they think that we are doing something wrong. And I was like, they'll leave when they're bored with us. It's fine.
Like, we're not. Don't worry. Somebody else will do something.
Right, somebody else will. I'm like, we're not doing anything. But yeah, no, so that was fun. I've never been tailed by the troopers on Georgetown before. That was a first.
There you go.
And I've never been more sober on Georgetown, which you would think that the two things would not have happened on the same year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting year.
Yes, very much so.
Very.
It happens.
It does.
All right.
On to Sunday, the big day.
On to the race.
Okay.
You want to just 33-1?
I think so.
All right.
Well, let's just say we started the day early as hell.
Missing the cannon blast, though.
Well, we were present for it.
We're there, not where we wanted to be.
Not where we wanted to be, but we were present for it. We heard it. We saw it. We did not video it.
Because we saw it after it happened. Oh!
We were like, oh, there's a smoke. Damn it! We just got all,
We saw the pagoda.
all romantic about the pagoda, and like the moon was setting and the sky, it was just barely dawn. The sun wasn't up yet, and so the light was beautiful, and you could see the moon. It was just, and we were taking all kinds of fantastic pictures, and then we were like, shit.
Yeah.
I believe we both looked at our phone at opposite times and went, why is 6 o'clock an important?
I know.
Boom.
I'm doing a Snapchat, and I was like, 5:57. Why? What do I have to do? There's something about that
Something about 6 o'clock.
time. And then, no. Next year.
Okay. We say that all the
Got
time.
closer this year.
We did. This is
We
the
did.
closest we've been.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, but yeah, so that was fun. Though we got to walk around the garages and stuff in the
It was
morning.
kind of cool.
It was.
It's interesting.
Well, and it was fun to be on the grid at that time because we went out on like the main straightaway because nobody was there
Nobody's
basically, which was the exact moment that I got a text about my newest nephew being born.
That's true.
So my first tears of the day were for Jameson.
Very nice.
Yeah, my final tears of the day we'll get to later.
Well, yes. Hopefully by this time.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
You
spoiler alert.
probably know.
You should know.
You should know.
Yeah.
If not,
Yep, too bad.
Turn
yeah.
off the
Simon
podcast.
won.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Surprise, Simon won. Luke is, nope. I was going to say Vader's father, and I was like, that's not how that goes.
No.
That's
That's not
it.
how it goes. All right, let's run him back 33 to first finishing position. So in 33, young Colton Herta, who started 5th.
Yeah, and I had high hopes for him for this race,
I think everybody did.
and especially his team.
Yeah,
Well, he started 5th, and then he got stuck in 5th gear.
5th gear, yeah.
So
and then it
that's
just
a bummer.
went downhill from there.
Yeah, that was a bummer. I think everybody expected a lot out of Colton.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I really expected out of Colton is for him to not trash his team.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Like, listen, buddy, I know you're upset, but
There's
like
a
you've won one race,
Mhm.
okay, and you are the one who's stuffed it in all of the other races since then, except for the 500. Like you had mechanical issues, but the other ones, you stuffed. You're kind of responsible. So I don't know how you're really going to blame your pit crew when because Coda won and then didn't finish at Barber.
Yep.
Didn't finish the GP.
Nope.
Didn't finish Long Beach.
Did not finish Long Beach.
Like, I feel like maybe it's on you a little bit too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you're like, they need to get it together, it's like, I think that
Mhm.
that may be true, but you are not blameless here.
Well, it comes with age, too.
Yeah,
I
he's
think that's
young.
part of it.
At the GP, Joseph could have very easily been like, they lost my tire. Are you shitting me? I could have won that race.
Instead,
Yeah.
you have to learn to
Instead,
go
he was like, I've messed
"Meh."
up before. It was this time. Their turn to mess up this time, and you know what? I'm sure I'll disappoint them in the future. So, We're just moving past
Right.
it.
Not going to hold any grudges. We're going to
Keep on.
Let's not make this same mistake again. There will be more mistakes in the future.
Also, Penske media training pays off too.
Well, there's that too.
So I think age and a little bit of
learning
training how to talk to the camera.
And
totally.
I'm betting at some point one of those crew members is gonna be like, "Listen here, Junior."
Yeah.
Oh.
Turn down the lip, would you?
Well, knowing the Harding Steinbrenner crew,
I was gonna say, knowing the crew as we do, I'm sure one of them have already went.
I believe.
Yeah. What?
I believe that conversation has already taken place.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. So, that was your one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get.
Hope you enjoyed it, because we are your pit crew. Like, we really can ruin your race if we put our minds to it.
Right.
We're probably not the people you want to piss off.
Exactly. Like, those are not the people that I would want to piss off.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Like at work, like the aides, I'm like, nurses that are rude to aides, I'm like, I don't know why. They will ruin your fucking day.
Right.
Like, they will make or break your day.
I know.
They saved my life. I'm nice as hell to them. I love them. Don't be rude.
Don't be rude. 32nd. Ben Hanley started 27.
I'm so sad. Because they came in with very, like, kind of realistic goals.
Yep.
And
Just wanted to finish.
yeah, they just wanted to finish. Like, they just wanted to get in. They just wanted to finish. Just kind of data gathering. Cause
Bring
they've already,
the whole car home.
Yeah, they've already decided that they want to, do a full season next year. And I'm disappointed for them that, A, that they didn't finish.
Yeah.
And B, that it was so early on. So,
Yeah.
At least if it had been, if they had been
Yeah, you don't
involved
get
that
much
last.
data in that one. Yeah.
Had it been like that final incident, it's like, okay, you missed out on,
A couple of more.
the 25 laps or whatnot. But they still would have had most of the race to kind of build on. And so,
And it was just an unfortunate, like, the spool between the two wheels got all wonky, and I was like, God in heaven.
I'm just, it makes me sad for them.
It does.
Well, and they were right across from us. Well, a little bit over.
A little bit over, but it was
it's like we could
nice,
see them,
yeah.
and I was like, good, we're going to watch them the whole race. And I was like,
Oh, no. Yeah.
no.
But that was the good college try they put in there.
Yeah, and you
did.
know what?
Yeah.
It could have been worse. It could have, like, the car could have really been screwed
Yeah.
instead of just like, all right,
could
he
have
got
been-
it in.
yeah.
They were able to
Yeah.
tow it and probably fix it, and he'll be ready for next time.
Or it could have been
Yes.
broken enough to crash it.
Yeah.
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 Pulling
And
it into pit lane and retiring is better than retiring in the wall.
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Cost
Retiring by choice
Yeah.
is always better.
Then a forced retirement
yes.
in many ways.
And you can ask Juan Pablo Montoya.
Spoiler
Might
alert,
be able
you
to ask
probably...
Elliot that next
yeah, I think so.
Somebody else can get us.
Somebody else about to be on that boat, but I will say they are. They're very much like Juncos to me.
Yes, they very much are. I would
Where
agree.
they just go all in and just jump in both feet first. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. Speaking of Yonkos,
Oh God, this broke my
that
heart.
hurts.
so much.
Broke my heart.
Accident of the day.
First accident, Kyle Kaiser started 32nd, ended 31st. So,
Hey,
Hey.
gained one.
but he
Still-
did bite the wall,
Sure did.
and that ended
It
them.
back.
It did about 80 laps.
I mean, that's the second time he's hit that wall hard in a week.
Yeah.
Really? In 1 week, that's that.
He can't. He,
That's just hard on your body,
he just
man.
really likes that wall.
Yeah.
Listen, buy it dinner, but like,
But come
Right.
on.
come on, man.
So that's
Yeah, that was a
unfortunate.
bummer.
It's kind of the end of a Cinderella story. Way too early.
Yeah, I
Way
think pretty
too-
much the whole grandstand
We all went,
groaned on that. Yeah, it was
Well, I was like,
everybody.
aw,
Yeah.
just 'cause-
I mean, you don't want to see anybody crash, but that was we didn't want to see that.
I mean, because
Yeah.
it was just, such a fantastic story of them getting in. That it's like nobody wanted that race to
they
end
had
like that.
gotten like their sponsor and everything else, and it's like, oh, damn it.
But that's what Indy will do in a week.
That's the
It will.
track.
I'll be crying because you made the field
Mm-hmm.
one Sunday, and exactly a week later you'll be crying because
Yep, because
you're out. So
Oh Lord.
the track is fickle.
she giveth and she taketh.
She taketh
She
away.
is a harsh mistress.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the next group of cars all got out in the only, except for like the skirmish on pit road, the only really big wreck we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bourdais, Veach, Rosenquist, and Rahal. And they all got in that accident about lap 178.
Yeah.
Yeah.
176, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting moment.
That was interesting. I'd say we were lucky that there weren't more cars in that accident. I think like
Oh,
4 cars
God, yeah.
narrowly missed.
God,
Ferrucci
yes.
did some great. Ferrucci and
my
Harvey did some
gosh.
great grass driving.
Yeah, and then,
At speed.
you know,
Ferrucci.
Hinch cut down the middle.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, his spotter.
His spotter.
And you.
There's a high, low, stop, middle.
It's like,
what?
Frogger.
No,
Like,
no,
damn it.
Stop doesn't do it. He was
Yeah,
like,
I can't stop. What do you mean stop?
But Ferrucci, I mean, they said on the broadcast, he threaded the needle.
Yeah.
And like when I
really
rewatched it, I'm like, oh, that's 100% what he did. And I would love to have heard his in-car because I don't know if he just saw it because he went like through traffic and then just like straight over. Like Harvey's team was telling him, go to the grass, go left, and like he kind of followed Ferrucci, but Ferrucci was just like it was like he came out of nowhere and like hauling ass, made it across the grass, didn't lose it, and then
it was impressive. That was impressive driving.
I can't believe him or Harvey didn't lose it at all in the grass. I was like, that is just...
It looked like they were doing road course driving on an oval.
It really did.
Is what it looked like. Yeah.
Which again, I think that their backgrounds probably
they were like, we got it.
That lends itself to that.
It does. Which I will say, we were directly across from Harvey's pit, and he's one of the handful of teams that had perfect pit stops the entire day. Like,
great pit stops.
Yeah, like they could run a clinic on pit stops, which apparently a lot of the teams need.
Yeah, I was just saying.
They all need to go back to pit stop school.
The theme of this race was, what do we do in a pit? And what do we not do in a pit?
We all forgot how to pit.
Some big ones. Don't hit other cars.
Yes. Don't hit people.
Don't hit people. Especially members of your team.
Yeah.
Don't hit tires.
Yeah.
Remember where your pit box is.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. Check your
don't,
field pro.
Don't just crash coming into pit lane.
Yeah. Don't hit pit wall. Like,
and then swoop.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, because Erickson, what lap was that?
Yeah.
I mean, he got back in, but his little...
He got back in.
It was later in the... It was past 100, I think.
It was like 136-ish.
Yeah. He got a... Yeah. But yeah, there was...
He kind of like spun directly into Hinch's pit.
I
was like, is that Hinch?
I thought
it was so similar, and I was like,
no.
Hinch? Like, no. And then
that's why I was more upset. I was like, damn it, Trek. Why must you continue to do this?
Yeah.
Why do you hate the people that I love?
That's exactly what happened. No. Yeah. And also, I will be interested to see what, if anything, happens to a Mr. Grand Prix Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's not a great look to go and hit somebody on the head when you don't know if they're okay yet.
Or conscious.
Or throw a helmet.
Or if they have a concussion.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, like, you don't know if he sustained some kind of neck injury and you go and hit him in the head. It's not great.
His car...
He hit the wall.
He rode the wall for a second. Like, he had a much harder crash than it... Like, Veach might have been the only one that rivals him in how hard a crash that was.
Yeah.
Because... it messed up Graham's day. Like, it ruined his race.
Yeah, and I think that Graham would very well could have been there in the end. And I think the last time, they said in the broadcast the last time Graham had called a shot like that, where he was like, I have a rocket ship and I'm winning this, was in Texas when he freaking did have a rocket ship.
Yeah.
He could do nothing wrong that day, 2 years ago in Texas. And, I mean, it's about, I really do like Graham, but man, I don't think that was great showmanship on his part. And
it was not.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a monetary fine for that one.
Yeah. It wasn't on here yet, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, I do agree with his frustration.
Oh, yeah.
I do think
I
think Bourdais was in the wrong, and Bourdais was penalized, which doesn't really matter, but he was. And so I think Graham was right. I think he should have just, he had
a 30-second penalty. Damn!
But, I mean, like,
so is that going to apply to the next race?
I don't know. Is it a...
Or does it affect his official finishing position?
I don't know.
Because it just says 30-second penalty, and I'm like,
you think it would affect the finishing position?
He didn't race anymore.
Yeah, it must...
Well, yeah, Bourdais...
Well, you know what? Because he's
the end
last.
of all the cars that
they added the 30 at the end.
So it was, that was probably
that was, I look at that, I'm like, nope, they added that at the time.
But, I mean, it's just...
I was like, how's that going to work? It is unfortunate.
I understand, like, 1 minute you're doing 220 miles an hour and you're 20 laps away from winning the Indy 500 and the next you're in the wall, and I understand, like...
Being cranky.
Being, like, your emotions are so high. And I'm surprised to see that from a veteran, who's been in the sport for a while, who knows...
And who's been around.
That's not a good look for his sponsors. It's not a good look for his team.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for him, so... Yeah,
it definitely makes you look like a petulant child.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it, like... I understand. It's a high-intensity situation.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time...
that...
It was just a crash, and so, like, you're pissed, but your first thought should be, is everybody okay?
Yeah.
And then go back to being pissed.
Yeah, like that'd be cranky pants.
Like, you can be like, okay, you're okay? Fuck you for that.
Oh,
First of all,
Rossi did that. I mean, he was... Not a crash, but, I mean, he didn't hold any words back in the media center, and I think that's... It was handled better that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was hot.
He was. All right. After everybody who got out, our last car actually running was 26th place. Oh, Marco Andretti.
Oh, dude.
Damn.
His car, apparently, like, the whole fucking balance was off. Nobody could fix it. He was not.
Marco looked like he was out for a Sunday drive.
Yeah. There was,
Honestly.
He could not. I mean, he was on his radio nonstop. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't have grip at times. He didn't have power. Like, he felt like he didn't have power. I mean,
I just don't understand how that happens.
I don't get it. Like, he has so many issues at so many races. I'm like, and again, like, you know, it can't be all one way or the other. But at this point, I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on with that car? Because not all the Andretti cars are having that problem.
Yeah, and this was like
he doesn't, it's not a lot. I mean, he does have some driver error shit.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there's been a lot of mechanical issues. Like, why?
Yeah.
What is happening?
And this is like a weird one to have. It was like his COP was off, and so like there was nothing they can do while it was running because I kept trying to change it, and I was like, how does this happen between a Friday and a Sunday? Like, did somebody go in there with a wrench?
You can ask the same question
Exactly,
about Colton Herta, though. It's like, how did he go from running to his gearbox just not working?
But that's the thing.
Like, all you do is work on a car for a month, and then suddenly it just doesn't
something
work
happens.
in the race. You know, it's
a gearbox failure, though, happens more than like, oh, your whole pressure and everything else is off. Like, congratulations.
It was a bummer. I think a lot of people were hoping that Marco could pull it off on the 50th year, you know, and it's a bummer. I was one of those people.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I would have enjoyed seeing
we all
that.
would have been happy to see that.
It would have been cool. The 50th anniversary, I mean, it would have been very cool. And, kind of, like, kill the Andretti curse again.
Yeah.
But
it did not happen.
Damn. I mean,
that curse came
even
back.
I'm starting to believe in the curse at this point.
I know.
Like, holy hell.
It's there.
I mean, I feel bad for him.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It is.
Yeah. 25th, the only Carlin racer, Charlie Kimball.
Yes.
He had it was just a solid, safe race. He made it all the way through.
Kimball was kind of involved in that wreck, right? But he
was able to get back out.
I think he got through it.
Yeah, he got through it. But I mean, it's a bummer. I think he was going for a better position than that before that.
He was, and he actually was having a pretty decent race.
It was a pretty decent race. No real issues.
Yeah, and he was driving his race. He wasn't holding up, traffic that was on the lead lap. I mean, he was driving responsibly.
Properly,
He was driving, aggressively. He was, I mean, he had a nice, clean race.
He did.
And unfortunately, he just kind of got collected in that last big thing.
The kerfluffles.
The kerfluffle. But yeah, which I say is sad for him and for Carlin since he was the only Carlin driver to make it in.
Right.
Yep. And then 24th, Mr. Jordan King. Who
That was rough.
needs to learn not to hit
Pit crew.
your pit crew.
I mean, I'm sure he feels so freaking incredibly awful.
yes.
I can't even. I can't.
Like no fine.
I can't imagine as a driver like continuing to race after that. You
Yeah.
know, and like not just like. I mean, that happened literally right in front of us, and I think I was like,
we
in
were like,
tears.
oh fuck.
And if that's just me, who am I? Like, I'm sure Jordan King is freaking out in that car.
Mm-hmm.
It's his first Indy 500, right?
Yes.
And so it's
Well,
just
he's been working with that guy
yeah.
for,
It's. I mean, it's nobody wants that, and
No.
they put so much faith. The pit crew puts so much faith in those drivers. I mean, literally turning their back to them at 70 miles an hour, just hoping they don't get run over.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And when you see that happen, it's bad. So
Definitely.
hope he's okay.
Well, and there was like a tire too.
He hit
like,
the
Tire
tire.
actually
The
hit
tire
him, not
is
the
what-
car.
like he hit
but
the tire, and the tire hit the guy.
Yeah.
So, which as of today, and this was released online. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was at Methodist and had surgery for his lower leg injury. It was not life threatening, but
yeah.
So they haven't released any details.
He's been working with RLO for 10 years too, as their like head mechanic. So
Yeah.
that's a big loss for RL.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be out for at least a couple races, if not the season. So
Well, and I'm not gonna say what my speculations on what the injury is, because it's not my place. But the injury that I assume that it is going to be minimum 6 weeks in a cast, like non weight bearing for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
which that's rough in the
That's
middle of
just
the race
rough.
season.
Yeah.
But I say as long as he didn't have to be over the wall, I say he could.
yeah,
He can hang out.
Yeah, he couldn't be active pit crew, but I mean he
Right.
can
Still be there, work with
still
them,
be there and
advise.
still work
Yeah.
and like be in the garage and things like that. But yeah, no, that's gonna be rough for RLL for the rest. I mean, for the next couple months.
yeah.
I mean, that's gonna affect them the rest of the season, unfortunately.
All right, and then Marcus Ericsson, who had the flip
Issue in pit lane.
spin.
Yeah. Well, I
He was
mean,
like,
everybody had the issue.
just wanted to do some donuts. He thought he was a NASCAR driver.
He thought he was just going to
He
celebrate.
was just hauling ass into pit lane and tried to slow down too
I think
fast.
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
So I was like, how did that happen? Like,
Yeah, it happened really fast. But, I mean, he's not the first and he won't be the last.
Yeah, and he placed, 23rd, so not the final rookie.
You win some money for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
like,
Actually, they all win money.
they all
Yeah.
have money. Yeah.
But hopefully, I mean, enough to, like, I don't know,
Pay for
get a
little
Cover the
salary or
damage.
something. Yeah.
Get some paint.
Get a little bit of a salary
Get a
going
paint.
for yourself. Yeah.
Oh, no. And then 22nd, Oriol Servia.
Ooh, he was pissing people off.
He was.
yesterday.
Yes,
People were
he
not happy with
was.
Oriol.
Well, Oriole knows better.
That's kind
Yeah,
of
that
part of
I
it,
think,
too.
and I think everybody expects such a high level of respect as a driver
Yes.
from Oriole. If that was happening from, I don't know, another driver I won't name, like, I think they would be like, well, it's just another fucking day. But with Oriole, I think nobody expects
Everybody's
that, you
like,
know?
the
And
fudge?
yeah, and I even had moments of like, what is happening with Oriole? Did those glasses turn him into a new person?
Well,
What is
yeah.
he doing?
And he's like, I'm just racing. And everybody's, I mean,
It's like-
especially Rossi was like, you're not on the lead lap, like GTFO.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Like, okay, you're racing, but,
you're
I'm
not
racing
racing
for
me.
position. So,
Right,
like,
you're not.
fucking move.
Right.
Like, why are you fucking blocking me so much?
Yeah, I mean, it was that was interesting for sure.
Definitely.
And Rossi did not hold back,
No.
Whoa.
and Rossi was not holding back on the radio or in media. So yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21st, Jack Harvey.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
Which I think they were hoping for more, but it
Yeah.
was a clean race. It was a good race, and at the end of the day, that's something you can hang your hat on.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
he's been having a good season.
He has been.
So.
He has. I mean,
Yeah.
got third at the GP, and
Mhm.
I think that we are going to see at least one more podium in a Jack Harvey this season.
Oh, I think so.
I believe so.
I would not be surprised. 20th, JR Hildebrand.
JR.
Who
Nice.
we really didn't hear anything about during the race. He
No,
just
he
kind
was quiet.
he
He's
just had
just
a
doing
nice,
his
smooth,
thing.
solid race. Like
Mhm.
just
He did get a pit speed violation and a
Yeah.
pit safety
a
infraction.
lot of people got pit
Oh,
speed
safety for
violations.
what?
I was not able to tell. I think it must have been a roll. Well, no, because if you roll over equipment, it says that.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe was it taking service?
No,
Under
because
yellow?
they'll say
No,
they'll
'cause
say
they'll say that.
service.
A few of them
It was a
got that.
post race fine, so it's not anything.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Not
yeah.
even mentioned on the broadcast.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. When I I was like, "Wh-
Well,
It's probably something they didn't even realize at first, and then they were
right.
reviewing
They found it.
Yeah, and they were
something
like-
else, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, this
we don't
happened.
need you to pay us some money."
Yeah.
Sorry, we saw this." And, yeah.
But good. I mean, other than that, solid run.
Solid result.
Solid run.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy.
So
He's
smart.
freaking, yeah, he's brilliant,
Yeah,
man.
genius.
And actually, finishing right in front of him, Sage Kara.
Hey, he finished
First
the
time
500.
he finished the 500.
Yay!
So,
we
yeah.
He
finally
did not
it.
finish on the lead lap though. So
No, but
next
he
year's
finished.
goal,
Yeah,
finish on the
but
lead
you know
lap.
what?
He
finished.
finished.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we're getting. We said we're getting closer every year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So next
so-
year, lead lap, buddy. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
And then the last car not to finish on the lead lap, and perhaps the last time we may see this driver in the 500.
Mr.
Elio Castroneves.
Castroneves. Yeah. Oh
Well,
man.
Maybe
I
our
think
people
that
give
he'll
him
be-
one more.
I think RP will
With
probably
a
give him
warning.
one more, but I will say
The warning.
with a caveat.
Uh,
I will say that next year might be the last 500 he runs, but I bet that we do see him because he's a great celebrity
Oh,
two-seater driver.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah.
that-
He'll have a job as a
Oh,
two-seater
yeah,
driver
no,
for
but I
a
got
while.
it, yeah.
I
Yeah.
really want
Him
and
and
Mario
Mario.
to like race each other.
Which again, Mario damn near lapped the
Every
field on the parade
time.
lap. Like,
Uh-huh.
what? It's not like they're
It's probably the
driving
scariest-
70 on the parade lap.
I
Like,
kn-
they're.
well, they drive. It's
I mean,
like
they start out
70 to 90, 70,
70,
80, 90, and then as Dale Jr. said,
However
then they
fast
just
wanna
let me go, and I was like, shit's about to get wild with Dale. All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably the scariest part of doing the two-seater with Mario is not the going fast; it's the slamming on the brakes when you're coming up to the field.
Yeah, 'cause
I
he's
imagine
like,
if you're-
and,
if
oh,
you're
there
the
they are.
celebrity- Yeah,
oh,
that's
damn
probably-
it.
yeah.
And you're like, is that the last row?
All right, are we gonna stop? Yeah.
My ass have been like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's
that-
the Yoko's car.
I mean, honest to God, that last one, he pulled into the pits, and he was like in line with the field because
Yes.
his pit speed was about what they were
Yeah,
doing.
he was
Like,
not
no.
obeying pit speed.
And I just laughed. I'm like, well, again, not surprised he blew the engine in that thing during the GP.
Yeah.
He drives the shit out of it
He decides
every
this is
weekend.
what's going to happen. I know. All right. 17th, Scott Dixon.
Whoa.
What in the actual
I don't
fuck,
even
man?
know what happened.
And he qualified 18th.
It was not a great.
Was Scott aware that there was a race yesterday?
Thank you.
I mean,
I guess they were just having all sorts of trouble with that car, though, and the setup and whatnot. But
I'm not sure that Chip Ganassi Racing knew there was a race yesterday because both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bummer.
It really
Nobody
was.
expects to see that.
Finishing 16th, Pippa, so she gained about 15 spots after starting.
That was great. That has to be her best finish, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe that's her last finish, or her last finish, her best finish.
It is her best finish.
Yeah, no, and that's Clausen
Marshall
That's
racing there
a great
first.
finish for them. Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's a cool story.
It's a very cool story.
Dig it?
Well, and I know, they were so excited to be in and not be on the last row and not have to, do those
Not have to
shootout.
do the bump. Yeah,
And then, but yeah, finishing 16th,
Not bad.
that's upper half of the field.
right.
So,
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah.
And then 15th, Mateus Laced.
Hey,
He seems like a good kid.
Seems like a good
He
kid.
seems like a good
Not
kid.
again, solid finish for
Solid,
Laced.
very solid
Solid
finish
finish.
for Mateus Laced. I'm excited. Spencer Pickett, on the other hand, started 3rd and finished 14th. So
I think he had some issues with something happened to him because he was running higher than that.
he had service in a closed.
Oh yeah,
pit.
when they
So
he
had
couldn't. Yeah, he wasn't gonna make it
They make him
around.
do a drive-through or...
They,
I think they might have put him to the
restarted him
back.
at the back.
Yeah,
So
which was
Well,
a bummer.
Both the Foyt cars had service in a closed pit, too. They both got penalties for that.
at some point.
yes, they
Yeah.
both restarted at the back.
Yeah.
So,
So I mean that's a bummer. You can't. I mean he was just on the bad end of the yellow on that one.
Yeah,
You can't control.
and that yellow
and
came out late.
well, and yeah, it's like when you
When the
think that you were
pits are
going to
closed
pit
and you're gonna
then,
run out of gas. Yeah, it's what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And don't add us about
Just
keeping
bad
the
luck.
pits open because they have to close them
They
so that
have
the
to close them
safety team
safety.
can get out. Otherwise, you have to wait a full cycle of everybody getting around the track before safety team comes out.
Which they should have closed it when the pit crew member
yeah.
got hit by a
Oh
tire.
my
That
God.
was horrendous.
Crew lives matter.
Crew lives matter.
I mean,
Like,
that was. I mean, there
they-
was
they
a
were-
man
they were literally-
laying in pit lane, and cars were coming past
Like
at 60
the
miles
group
an
of
hour.
them to
Yeah.
help him were in an active pit
Right.
with. They should have shut it
Well,
down.
and I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, a driver overreacts, slam on the brakes, somebody hits him into a group of people.
So many things
it's-
could have gone wrong.
I can't believe that they let
I know
the pits be open for that.
it was.
Yeah, that
honestly.
was.
That
was
was
crazy.
that was bad.
Yeah.
That was not good.
Yeah. Speaking of Ed Carpenter Racing, finishing 13th after starting 4th at Jones. You know.
I really thought he
Expecting
was
more
going to
out
do
of
better.
him.
In fact, I thought all the ECR cars were going to
Yeah,
do better.
he had a drive-through for pit speed, so
Jesus.
that probably did not help him.
Did not help his day.
No.
And then, James Davison finished 12th after doing
After that
a
issue,
semi-donut
yeah.
in a pit.
Because he missed his...
He missed his pit. I mean,
He missed
100%
his pit,
missed it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Was Elio following him closely? Yeah.
Yes. Did
Could
Elio
he
hit
have
him?
probably
Yes.
reacted better? Yes.
Mhm.
But Davison missed his pit.
He missed his
He
pit.
went to turn into his pit and he was past his pit.
Oh,
He
yeah.
slammed on the brakes. I mean, if we're being honest, I don't know, but that's a good finish for him. I mean,
It's the best
considering
finish
that
he's ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I
So
mean,
yeah, 12th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's
solid.
almost top 10. I mean, that's...
Almost top 10.
And especially for being his only IndyCar race of the year. I mean, because we
Right.
don't see him...
No, he doesn't do anything
He
else.
doesn't do anything else, and... I mean, he wasn't in the Rolex, or... I mean, we don't really see him a lot in sports cars.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, our big endurance kind of stuff, so... Yeah, it's interesting. But... So, good for him, though. It's his 5th 500 and best finish, so...
We'll see. 11th, Mayor of Hinchtown from 32nd, so I believe he is the highest.
He was
Mover.
the
Yeah.
biggest mover of the race, which good for him. He deserved to finally have
he
something
Rossied
good
this
happen.
race.
He Rossied
Yeah,
the race.
he did.
I think that's going to be the
He
verb
did.
we use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
I mean, I
Rossied
think
it.
you have to.
he deserved to
100%.
have a solid day at Indy. At
It
this
was.
point. Yeah,
For-
well, not even deserved. He needed to have a solid day at Indy.
For starting 32nd, finishing 11th, that's a hell of a race.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's a hell of a race.
sure.
And he had 8 pit stops.
Wow.
Wow.
Most people had 6. A handful in the top 10 had 8, but
I mean, he was probably on an early pit strategy, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was, we'll get there, but I was surprised that the very first person in the pit was Pagano.
I have something to say about that
Oh,
as
well,
well.
yeah, he was not doing.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was not doing the numbers. Yeah.
Somebody was bad at math.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10 in the top 10, Connor
Yeah.
Look at Daly.
Connor Daly.
Way to go, boy.
Hitting top 10. Again,
Hoosier hero.
as we say, if you give him good equipment, he can do it. And
Yeah.
I think this...
If you build it, he will drive.
He will drive it. Yeah, if you build it, he will drive. And this shows it. Like, he
Yeah.
just needed a better equipment. And he put on a great race.
Great race.
A clean race. I wasn't aware of any issues he had.
No.
No.
Finished top 10.
Yeah, that was great.
He did not lead. I was like, did he lead a lap? No, but he
He did
was
not.
at times higher than 10, multiple times higher than 10.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, there was one point where I think he was running in 5th at one point.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
4. It might have been through a pit cycle.
Yeah, through
He
a
was
pit cycle.
fourth
But yeah,
also,
he was
but
doing
still,
You did good.
Yeah.
good race for him. I'm hopeful that this shows people that
Like, maybe you should sponsor him and let him drive some more, because
Right.
Maybe.
he's pretty damn good at it.
Also, he's very popular in Indy.
Very popular.
very popular with the Indy crowd.
Yeah.
Top 10 for Tony Kanaan and AJ Foyt Racing.
Hey.
I mean, great finish for them, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a good
they,
race
they
for
needed
them,
it,
period.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Laced getting 4th at the GP, and then Tony in the top 10, and yeah.
I don't want to
think-
say it was because of us, but it was because of us.
I feel like it was.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We talked to Larry a couple weeks ago. We gave him some pointers, so you're welcome, everybody.
I have that audio. I just don't know how good it is. I might have to run it through a few things.
Yeah.
It'll just be a special fun bonus episode that you will find one day when it pops up on your phone. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, no, I mean, they needed that.
They did.
They definitely did, and it was nice to see him as a former winner to come out and still do well.
Yeah. For sure.
8th, Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Well, he didn't break down.
Surprise! I mean, and he started back of the field. I mean,
He did.
He probably just barely didn't beat out Hench on most moves.
Yep.
Because what he started out.
Pippa might have. He was 22nd. He finished 8th. She was
Okay.
16th. Finished or 30th. Finished 16th. So
Okay.
I can't do math.
I can't either. But
I
it's
got a
not
degree
spot-
in theater.
14.
Don't ask
14
me.
spots, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got it on the spot.
Yeah.
I got you.
And then I'm not going to say it officially because we have not yet been to the victory banquet, but the Indy 500 Rookie of the Year, Santino Ferrucci,
That's
finished
definitely our
7th.
vote.
Yeah.
The highest
impressed me.
highest finishing rookie, which in the Alonso year
And
we learned
he-
is not the actual.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think you have to be Fernando Alonso for that rule to apply to you. But
Yeah.
I mean, he killed
was
it
fantastic.
when he raced Tony out of pit lane.
That was so cool.
That was cool.
Oh, and they were like, he's doing it. This is legal.
shit,
He's
Yeah.
doing it.
I mean,
It's
it
legal.
just did not back off. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, no fear.
Yeah.
And, after last week at the GP when, things didn't go his way and he's, we hear him on the radio and he's like, I'm sorry, guys. And they're like, it's okay, this happened. And he's like, no, things like this don't happen. This is on me. I'm sorry. He's like, shit, guys. Like, this is my fault. I'm sorry. You worked too hard for this.
Yeah.
And first off, I respect the hell out of a guy who, when he messes up, like, he's the person who's most upset with himself and he's apologizing to the team. He's not blaming them. He's not whatever. And then to see him just come out and just kill it. I mean,
Yeah, it's great.
I would, had you asked me, to put a bet on how I thought he was going to drive, I'd have been like, that'll be fine. But
Somewhere in the 20s.
yeah, but like,
Yeah,
finished
not-
the
I mean,
race.
that was a very impressive 500 for
Yeah,
him.
it was.
First
He
time out, yeah.
should feel very, very
Very
pleased
proud
about
of
that.
that.
Very
Yeah.
proud of himself, yeah.
Oh, Ed finished 6th, started 2nd. I mean, it was a good race for Ed, but
Yeah.
just yet again, another 500, another no Ed Carpenter win.
Yeah.
I know it, man.
It's a bummer.
It breaks my heart every year.
I know.
He will still be driving ovals next year.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be doing that until he wins a 500, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's his
At
white
least
whale for
It's
sure.
the white whale. Yeah.
Well, and I think, you had said, Juliana, that they talked about, when there was more cloud cover, the Carpenter
Yeah,
cars
they were
doing
they were
better.
doing better in the cloud cover, and once it started getting a little bit warmer at the end of the race, it was kind of over for them.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Started 6th, ended 5th. Last year's winner, Willie P.
Willie P.
Willie P.
He drove his way back to the field after getting put
Yeah,
back there.
yes, it's like
Yeah,
he
he had
got
to
pushed
restart
back.
back. 'cause
Honestly, and he was not happy about that
He's
call.
still disputing it, I believe.
Yeah, he was still not.
And I believe that his words were, had I known that the penalty would be that way, I'd have been more careful. And I was like,
Well, maybe you
you
should
should have
just
been
be
more careful. Anyway, but okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the
I mean,
soundbite
you
you want
did-
there.
What you say?
I mean, you did kind of hit your pick
You
eye.
hit somebody.
So,
Yeah, you don't just get to, like, get away with it. Like, we're all
Yeah.
just going to pretend it didn't happen.
We all saw it.
yeah. So, I mean, but, yeah, hell of a drive for him to come all the way back from
Yeah.
the back of the
The
field.
back of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an earlier. That happened lap 79, so it wasn't like.
But I mean, still.
But it's still a big thing, but it wasn't like lap
Drove from the back to the
180. They're like,
right.
back homie.
Where it's like, well, that just screwed me entirely.
Right.
It's like, that went so good. Well, my race has been decided. Thanks, race control.
Yep.
But
yeah.
I know he was definitely just winning not to win.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, everybody.
As we're all of the other 32 drivers that we're not
though.
Simon Pageant now. Yeah.
Yeah. Only
all Penske in the top 5. 3 Penske, or not all. Sorry, I forgot about
Oh,
Elio.
yeah.
But 3 Penske's
three
in the top 5.
drivers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, that's not bad. That's true. In 4,
my boy.
Joey knew.
Joey
Joseph.
knew.
Had a good race.
He
Had
did.
A good race.
He was racy on that last restart. There was a second where I was like, "Oh, here we
You're
go."
like, oh shit.
And there was a
very-
minute. There, all 3 of our favorite drivers were
Like
in the
1,
top 3.
2, 3.
We all looked at each other like with
I'm
like
just-
15 laps to go, and it was 1, 2, 3, and I was like, "Oh,
How's
here
this
we
gonna
fucking
end?
go! Here
We're
we
like,
go,
this
girls!"
is-
This is
Yeah,
what we
somebody's
needed.
One
Like-
of us is leaving in tears because we're happy, and the rest is leaving in tears because we're sad.
Everybody's
So-
about to cry.
Yep.
And then Sato came up. We were like, "Oh God, no!
Yeah.
He's gonna take out
Yes.
everyone."
Oh,
No. I think I just started yelling no, when I saw
Yeah,
Sato. I was
think
like,
did too.
God, no! Just self-soothing and
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the stands. Oh God!
Right.
Just because you just never know with Sato, man.
you
Like,
never know.
Well,
with Sato.
especially not the last 10 laps of the Indy 500.
Exactly.
It's wreckers or checkers of him at the end.
I mean, I
For
feel like
sure.
there's a lot of drivers who are like that. I can't
Yeah.
believe that last restart did not result in another yellow.
I thought for sure
I thought
we were
for
getting
sure.
another yellow.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were ending under yellow.
Oh, I was
When you
so
get
concerned.
that close to the end of the race,
We were all like, oh God.
but I'm glad
no.
they didn't because they put on a great show.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
did.
a lot of people have talked about why do you think they went to red? Well, they absolutely went to red because they wanted to. A, there was a lot of debris and everything
Yes.
else to pick up. But B, they wanted to finish it under green, and
I think it was the right choice, honestly.
good choice.
I
It
thought
was
it
the
was a
right
good choice.
choice.
It wasn't a gimmicky, green, white, checkered
Yeah.
NASCAR bullshit. It was.
We're
I think it
finishing
was
under yellow,
a genuinely
they just
good
went.
decision
good
for the
call.
fans who had watched the race all day.
Yes.
I think it was the right call.
And for the fans that came out, even though they've been telling us all
It
week
was
long
gonna
that it was going to
rain all
rain,
week.
Yeah.
and we were all hoping
Yes.
that we were going to be able to get 101 laps in, although all of us were like, please let us get the whole race in.
Right.
Everybody hates it when it ends early, and so, to end on a yellow after we had not a drop of precipitation,
drop
in
of
fact,
rain.
just blue skies and sunshine, like, it was 100% the right call.
It
It
really
was
was.
almost like a, nope, like, you guys
I
came
got
out,
you.
you were going to stay it
Yeah.
out even if it rained, like, we're going to make sure that you get a good end of this race.
Yeah.
And
I
And
agree.
it was.
And it was.
it
It
was.
was. Good. Yeah. So yeah, Joey knew. Then Taku was third, and then
Great result from
great
Great
result.
result.
I mean, he started 14th, and then Rossi, who really did try and challenge Page, and they put on a
he was
hell
hell on
of a
wheels.
show.
I mean, both of those guys were
Yeah.
hell on wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's,
that speaks to
That's
both
awesome.
of them as very good drivers, and they're both very cerebral drivers. So you were like, "This is a
Right.
fucking chess match. Let's go!"
right. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rossi was, put on the show last year and put on the show this year too, for sure.
And he had a fuel issue, which always happens.
Oh yeah, that was
Always
that
happens.
was ugly, and that happened right in the middle of the
big crash.
big crash.
Which I think honestly, that's what saved it.
That's what saved him, yeah,
Yeah.
because people weren't.
The yellow flew
Yeah,
out.
the yellow
I was
flew.
like,
I think
yeah.
he. If
I mean,
I
I'm
think he
sorry,
lost
there's
like,
a yellow, but oh, thank
He
God.
lost like 28 seconds. He would have been a lap down
Oh.
under green.
Oh yeah. He would.
Oh,
he should be
100%.
thanking his lucky stars for
Yes.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But damn, was he pissed?
He was
I mean, slamming the steering wheel.
not happy.
I would have
I believe
hated to
words were coming. Their F bombs got dropped.
Oh, yeah.
F-bombs, yeah. On the broadcast.
Yeah.
be the. Yeah.
At least on my
Enjoy
radio
that FCC.
broadcast. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would have hated to be the pit guy that like tells him stop because Rossi's looking at that guy and like,
You're like,
losing
"It's
his
not me."
shit, right? And this
Crazy
guy's.
eyes out of the helmet.
Oh yeah, this guy's like.
Please don't kill me.
I
Please
know
don't
that
kill
I'm
me.
not the
Please
one you're
don't kill me.
talking to
Please
me,
don't kill
but
me.
like, I can't let you go yet.
This is just
And
my
he's like,
job.
I mean, just both hands,
Both hands.
one hand, and just every time.
Yeah.
I mean, and he didn't mince words. He was like, 3 out of 4 Indy 500s, we've had fuel probe issues.
Yep.
Like, the
He's
only
like,
time we
this
didn't.
can't happen.
Yeah, he's like, this has to stop.
It has to stop.
The only time we didn't was the year he won. Like, I think that's pretty
And that
telling.
wasn't in
That was
Dirty.
that was a fuel.
They were
No,
still.
it wasn't Dirty. I'm making that up. Sorry.
It
no.
was.
It's okay. It was.
That was.
Well, it was Brian Herta.
Brian
and
heard it, and okay, that was
Yeah.
the first year they had gotten
Yeah, it was
together. Okay, I was like, am I making that up?
No, you're there.
I was close.
So, yeah, second place. And of course, everybody's favorite Frenchman.
Oh,
Everybody's nearly favorite driver. I mean, he's like
really.
top 3.
Oh god, yeah.
Simon Pagano.
What a guy.
Oh my God. May
Oh.
sweep.
May
May
sweep.
sweep. And pole to pole.
Yeah.
Pole to pole.
Coast to coast, I think. I don't know what the right term is.
Yeah. He
But
killed
yeah.
it.
Oh, and well,
was
and he
had a
is now
great-
one of only 21 winners. Well, I mean, 21
Winners.
wins that because
it's like
they're repeats.
'cause they're
17 or
But yeah, so
16, yeah.
in the history of the Indy 500, there have
win
only
for the
been
pole.
21.
Races that have been won,
Won by the
pole
pole-
sitter.
Yes, by
there
the
you
pole
go.
sitter.
Right.
There's a way.
So-
Right.
But
'cause-
yeah, GP pole and then Indy 500 May sweep. I mean, across the
Across
board.
the board. It was
Yeah.
a fantastic month for him.
Oh,
And it was I mean, he didn't put a foot wrong.
No.
oh no.
Like,
And RP even said Simon will be back for 2020.
so there you go.
He said that in an interview, and RP doesn't do that.
No.
Um,
He keeps business pretty close to the chest.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
let's be
that's-
real. If you win the 500 for RP, you're golden for a couple of years.
I mean,
maybe a
Elio,
season.
Montoya, like.
Yeah.
well, no. I said for a couple of years.
couple of years.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
hold
I-
on.
no,
I
what I'm
say
saying,
all the
I mean,
time.
but like, they're still employed by Penske.
They're
though.
still employed, though.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, just
He-
maybe not a full time.
I mean,
They're
a
just
full-time IndyCar driver, like
Mhm.
he'll still take care of you. Like,
He will.
Yeah,
He watches
Yeah.
out for you.
But-
I'm just excited for him.
oh, I'm so excited.
This is
for
going to be a
him.
great year for him as the 500 champ. Like, all
Oh.
of the shit.
And he's just so much fun. He's going to be
He's
a great
such a great
champion for the
person.
series, and yeah.
It's so much fun.
Ah, it just...
He's he's got a great personality. He does. I mean, he is
It's
great
gonna be
with
great.
fans. And I loved that they let Haley get on the radio too after he
Oh
won.
my God.
That was cool to be able
She
to hear
called him
her.
a badass.
She was like,
I
badass.
love you. And I was like, I don't want to feel all my emotions. But I did.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All of my emotions.
I was like, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this because we've not heard that actually in the past.
I
where
don't
like
believe
a
so, where
girlfriend
they're like,
or a
whoop.
spouse is like
and
on the radio.
She's like, not that she's not important to him, but she is
Yeah.
only girlfriend.
I mean, they've been together for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
might as
but
well.
yeah, but it's like, I mean, we didn't hear Liz Power on the radio.
No, or like they've never. I don't
At least
recall.
not immediately after, I think.
Yeah, like this
Yeah,
was like
it was like
within that.
Yeah, she was on the radio.
yeah, she was the third person to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
So I'm just excited about this. I'm excited.
Yeah.
him too.
I think overall it was a great race. 17 cars ended on the lead lap. We had 7 cars out, 4 cautions, and 586 passes, 30 lead changes. Tell me again that passing doesn't happen.
No, that was a great. I mean, especially after last year.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And they were even saying that passing was hard this year.
Yeah.
So, you
Ro-
know, they did pretty. They
Rossi
did pretty
said
well.
what?
Yeah, Rossi.
Rossi brought that up. He said, "I noticed a lot of people."
Rossi never thinks it's.
Oh,
difficult
he
to
said a
pass.
lot of people said they couldn't pass. We can pass. They need to figure it out. Like
Right.
that was a quote. I was like, I love the sass.
I think
on him.
Rossi's just willing to put himself out there in a way that other drivers maybe aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he's-
mean, I thought it was a great race. I mean, I think it would have been kind of boring if nobody had shit the bed in the pits all day.
Yeah.
'Cause, like up until that
Yeah.
point, like most of the action that was going on was in
in
the
the
pits.
pits. There
Yeah.
was not, not a time. I mean, there were passes, but I mean, especially for a lead, I mean, because Simon led the majority of
Yeah.
the race.
Like 116.
yeah, and unfortunately, that's what your casual fans
are going to look at.
are going to look at as,
Right.
oh, well, the leader stayed the same most of the time. And it's like, okay, there was all kinds of
All
movement
sorts of
There
back
was
shit
a
in
lot
the
going
field,
on. Yeah.
but also, well, and I will say, and this is not a reflection on NBC because their broadcast coverage, I say ratings went up over time.
Yeah, I
like
thought
there
they
were a
did
lot of
It
a
was
lot
a
of
very
positive things.
stellar broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a great broadcast.
But the screen views,
Ah, yeah.
At IMS,
this was
yeah.
the shittiest coverage I have ever experienced out of Indy 500, and this was my 22nd Indy 500. Honest to God, I've been going since '97. I've missed 1 year. I have never had a harder time figuring out what was happening in the field on the other side of the track, or like what
Yes.
order we were in, because the screen in front of us was tiny. They wasted half of it on a graphic that was supposed to be a scrolling
That worked half the
that-
time.
that
at best.
froze half the time at best, was almost never on the lead lap, and then it would just go to black, and then it would just be the wing well flag. And so they had the actual like race on the other half. 85% of that feed was from Rossi's cockpit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't
There
that
were
way on the
32
NBC.
other. Yeah, it was. It had nothing
No,
to do
that's-
with
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
why I
not-
said
that's
that's
IMS
what's so
Productions.
weird. Yeah, that's IMS
IMS
production.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
And the damn lights in our stands. I'm like, did nobody test these really for the biggest sporting event of the entire year?
Yeah, the little
Yeah, where it gives you the top 10. It gives you the lap number top 10. The middle digit for the laps. So I would be like, oh, it's 100 and something 8 laps that we've done.
Yeah, because at one point I was like, 28? 08? How many?
What?
Yeah, like really, like nobody tested the bulbs.
At one point, the screen said like 6,000 laps to go. I was like, damn, how long is this fucking race?
Like,
I was
what
like,
the
this is
hell?
not the Indy 500. This is the Indy like
A million.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call them to work on Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna still
be
be here.
here for a while.
Yeah, like but yeah. So I will say, and I normally am not disappointed with IMS,
Yeah.
but I was extremely disappointed by that. They even added a bigger screen that was over to the right that we could see,
Right.
and I'm like, why don't you have the running order there? That screen never showed a lap number, never showed a running order, and pretty much just showed the inside of Rossi's cockpit.
Yeah, it was weird.
And I even enjoy watching Rossi drive, but I'm like, there are other things happening.
32 other drivers doing things.
I mean, honest to God, because I was going to keep track, I had the paper, and like your dad keeps track of where everybody is the whole time. And I was like, I'm going to do that this time. I could barely keep track of the top 10 because I couldn't see shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it was very frustrating to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't. It's frustrating to me to leave a 500 and feel like I need to watch it on TV so that I know what happened.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little just. What the hell?
But overall, good race though.
Overall, great race.
Overall,
no,
yeah.
I hate to end the discussion with the
No.
500 with that.
I'm like, meh. Well, no,
Overall,
I'm
great race.
I've seen them do better, so I know they can do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, overall, very exciting race. Loved
Yeah.
it. Great race. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, good
obviously, we're excited.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
All the time.
I cried. So yeah, first two of the day for Jameson. Last two of the day for Simon.
Yep.
Cute.
Very nice.
Oh, so excited for him. And they brought the dog out
Oh,
on.
that's right. That
They
dog.
brought Norman out.
I'm excited.
Oh.
Norman, I hope Norman. I want Norman to be at the victory banquet wearing a teeny tiny puppy dog bow tie because
yeah,
they
right.
make them and they make them in
They
checkered.
do make them in checkered.
And I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be real clear about that.
Oh, I want that to happen.
I do too.
Speaking of the banquet, that's happening in like
A minute.
very little minutes from now.
Yeah, we should probably finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can flip through Detroit super quick.
We
Well,
should
nobody
probably
gives a
finish
crap
getting
about
ready.
Detroit anyway.
All right, real
Who
quick.
wants to hear about
It's Detroit, Belle Isle. They've been racing since 92, 70 laps, 164.5 miles each race because there are fucking two races.
Yep, the duel in Detroit.
Duel in
The
Detroit.
two most boring races,
So
one
that
right
way,
after another.
yeah, when you watch it the first time, you're like, I don't know if I really like it. You can watch it again the very next day
You
and then
decide
decide
that
for
you
sure
didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
It was, in fact, the least fun you've had all day.
Let's see. Penske has the most races as a team, wins as a team with 6. Elio has the most as a driver with 3. And let's just roll on to the choices. First, do you want to just pick for overall instead of doing race 1 and race 2?
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh, yeah.
We're just making,
If they're not
Right.
changing the way the race works, we're not changing the way the scoring system works.
Nope.
All right, first.
I'm actually going to pick, yeah. You know what? I'm not sure on first. You go.
I'm gonna pick Joseph.
Okay.
I think he has something to come back for. He was the points leader, and now he's losing by 1 point
Ooh.
to Simon after the Indy 500, and I think he's gonna come back.
I think I'm going to pick Rossi for first.
Damn it. That's who I was going to pick.
Well, I just feel like he's pretty
Oh, we
pissed
didn't
that
go
he
over our
didn't win.
picks for the 500.
I don't even have those written down.
That's-
Yeah. Oh well.
We never did.
I picked Pageant
I
over
think
first.
I
You
did
did
pretty
pick
good.
Pageant over.
I
I
think
think I
I
picked
did pretty
Rossi,
good.
so I get a good bump. No, did I
Yeah.
pick Ed? I might have picked Ed. Damn it. But I took Rossi top 5.
I picked our 3 drivers. I think I got 2.5 points on that one.
You know what? I picked like Dixon for top 10 or something, and I was like, I feel like that's an easy choice, but no, it was
It
not.
was
I
not.
lost
It
points.
was in
Not this
fact
time.
not an easy
Not
choice.
that
this
one.
year.
All
Yeah,
right,
no.
so-
I'm also Rossi for first. Similar reasons. Also, he did fairly well last year, except he got a little baited by Will Power at the end. So,
Yeah.
all right. Top 5. I'm gonna do Dixie. I'll go ahead and do.
I mean, it's about time for him to start warming up.
Yeah. Top
He's a
5.
slow burn. I actually am going to pick Ray Hall for top 5 because I think that he is
We're making a
also
lot of the same
hurting from this last race. And so I just feel like, yeah, between him and Rossi, like, they are going to do whatever the hell it
Yeah.
takes.
You said the same
So
choices.
same choices. So I'm gonna pick Ray Hall for top
Top
10,
10?
but I'm gonna pick Rossi for top 5. So we're making a lot of the same choices here.
All right, top 10. You know, I typically don't pick a 500 winner, but Simon does all
He does
right
well at
on
Detroit, yeah.
road and street course too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know what? If anybody cannot live up to, God damn it, are you picking him for top 10? God,
We're all just picking the same driver. I would also like to say that Ray Hall did have that sweep of
he had
Detroit,
the sweep. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we
I'm
know
just
he
gonna
does
put
well
you down
there.
for
He
Pagano
does.
for
Yeah,
top
yeah,
10.
appreciate that.
This is when we're gonna all get different, though. All right, first out.
Oh.
Herta.
Well,
Ow.
I mean, it's been a little rough, and now he pissed off the crew.
So the crew's just gonna forget.
I mean, it's like pissing off your waitress. Like they're spitting your food now, buddy.
Puncture a tire. Just race now, bitch.
Yeah, right. Like
they won't do that.
No, they wouldn't.
After the 500, it's always hard to remember who races full time and who just races the 500.
All right, start naming, and I'll tell you if they're full time or not.
Oh no, I'm just gonna go with laced. Ooh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry about it.
Although if it rains, Lace will be in the top 10.
I'm gonna pick Veach.
Oh.
I know, but
well, we're not even sure if he's cleared to drive yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to take another one.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, although technically I would make him the first time.
Yeah,
that's just mean. Oh, fudge. I was thinking him. Give me 2 seconds. Fudge. Erickson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bummer.
All right. Yeah, we do have to end this because we got to go.
We got places
We gotta
to be.
iron our dresses and we gotta go.
All right, white flags, real quick.
Thanks for having me again, guys.
Of course.
Freaking great time every time. Oh, I got accepted to a
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
studies
a motorsports
program.
program. Yes, you did.
Yeah, so next year I will be here.
That's
so
will.
I don't have to sleep on your beds anymore. I'll have my own.
I mean,
And I think that's a win for all of us. So
that's
It is.
everybody's white
yeah,
flag.
Yes.
that's everybody's
So I
white
say, and
flag.
you'll be a local.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, my foot fell asleep. That's not my white flag.
My
That's
white
my flag, yeah.
My white flag is, since we know Pagano, like this was the most invested I've ever been in an Indy 500. Like the most personally invested I've been in an Indy 500
Yeah.
win. So I really enjoyed that. And then I was like, okay, now I understand why AJ Foyt's a hermit and like did not try to get attached to the drivers, because I was like, if I was this attached to every single driver, I'm like, I don't know that I could handle this kind of emotion like
really?
every
Every
single
time?
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yep. I was like, that was a lot of emotions all in one day, but
That's for sure.
Sorry.
yeah, so that was, it was just interesting to like, you know, because we know some of them, but I feel like he's definitely the one that,
He's definitely like,
yeah,
for
it's,
sure.
it's different. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I was way more personally invested, and that was, but it was good. It was good stuff.
Yeah. My white flag is you can find all of our social media at www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. Everything's there. Follow us. Season's not over. We're not done yet, bitches. So
Nope, we got
have
more
a lot
shit
of
to
fun.
do.
Also, I'm excited that we got to interview a rookie team. I think it was a lot of fun
too.
interviewing Dragon Speed and learning all about them. So
It was a lot of fun.
thanks for listening.
Have a
See you
great
next
week.
time.